Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're reviewing the Adidas Spezials. I have them in two colors and I will be covering everything you need to know about these shoes, from the pros and cons, sizing, comfort level, and whether or not I think they're worth it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Angela and my channel is all about mid-size styling, slower fashion, and all things luxe. So if any of those topics sound good to you, I hope you subscribe to the channel because I would love to have you back for more videos. Now this is a close-up of the shoe. This is what they look like, kind of 360. This is in the brown colorway with the ecru stripes. I would say that this brown color leans more towards taupish, kind of gray in person, and it's a lot cooler than I expected it to be, because on the photos online it looks more like just a cooler tone brown, but it is honestly quite almost between brown and gray, I would say. Originally, they come with the ecru shoelaces, but they also give you a pair of the brown taupe shoelaces. So if you want it to have a little bit more of a darker look, you can put those on. But I personally like the ecru because it goes really well with the stripes and the little heel part. The next pair that I have is this navy pair, and it is such a beautiful, beautiful color. I love this navy colorway because the navy is such a good navy. It's not too cool, it's not too warm, and I love the sky blue contrast. And I'm really happy that they did go for the sky blue contrast. I think if it was also a cream or ecru color, it would have been a little bit more basic, and I love that it has that subtle pop of color, but it's still very streamlined with the navy. Unlike the brown pair, this only comes with the navy shoelaces, so they don't have the sky blue laces, unfortunately. But I think that with this color combination, the navy laces go perfect with the shoe. Now these are the shoes side by side, and you can see that they're a little bit different. This navy pair has more of that dark brown gum sole, and the brown pair has more of that tan terracotta kind of gum sole. You can also see that this sole is a little bit more transparent on the top, so the stripes peek through a little bit, whereas with this one it's all the way opaque. I don't know if the camera really picks it up, but you can also see that from the material it looks slightly different. They're both in suede, but you can see that the brown one has a little bit more texture to it, whereas the navy one is a little bit more of that smooth suede. Now I want to talk a little bit about the quality and the price of these shoes. The Spezials are made out of leather and suede, so the majority of the shoe is made out of suede, and then the stripes and the heel part are made out of a smooth leather. They retail for $110 in the US, and while that's not a super cheap price for a sneaker, I do think it's worth it for the materials that they put into this shoe. Now I've really grown to love the gum soles. I think they're a lot more durable and they're very rigid, but the toe in the front does move, so they are really comfortable, which I will talk about more later on. They are a little bit more expensive than the Sambas. I think the Sambas retail for 100 USD, but again, it really does feel like a premium shoe, and I think it's worth the price tag. Now let's move on to sizing, which I think is the most important part if you're considering to purchase these, and especially online. Now I'm typically between a US 7 and a 7.5, and with the Spezials I went for the 7.5. I would say that these are pretty true to size. I personally always just go for my bigger size in sneakers because I do prefer a little bit more space, and if I want to wear thicker socks I can, but I would personally recommend to go for your true size, and maybe even size down half a size if you have very narrow feet. On the other hand, if you have very wide feet, then I would recommend sizing up half a size from your regular size. Now when it comes to comfort level, I honestly think think that these are so comfy, and I would even think that they're a little bit more comfy than Sambas. Now I do have a full review on the Adidas Sambas that I will link in the card above if you're interested. The reason why I think that the Spezials are more comfy than the Sambas is because of the footbed. Now the footbed on the Spezials have a little bit more arch support, and as you can see, the sole is also a little bit thicker than the Adidas Sambas, which just offers a lot more support, which automatically makes it more comfortable. So even though this would also be considered a flat shoe like the Sambas, it does have a lot more support than the Sambas. So I would recommend these if you're walking a lot. I already feel like the Sambas are really comfortable for me at least, but these are even more comfortable, so you're definitely going to enjoy them, especially if you're traveling and you know you're going to make a lot of steps. Now when it comes to pros and cons, I think I've already covered a lot of pros, but to kind of summarize it, they are very high quality, they are very comfortable, and I think they're very chic because they go with a lot of outfits, and because they're more of a slimmer profile shoe, I think it's a very classic design that won't go out of style. Now we saw that with chunky sneakers, they're a little bit more trendy, but a slim shoe will always be more timeless and are, in my opinion, easier to style. Now when it comes to cons, I don't have that many, but I would say that the price point could be a con, especially because they're a little bit more expensive than the Sambas. Now I can personally see where the higher price tag comes from, but if you're on a budget and you still want a slim profile shoe, I would just go for the Sambas. Another con might be the material, and as luxurious and beautiful suede is, it could be a little bit more of a harder to care for shoe. You do have to spray them in, and if you live somewhere where it rains a lot, if you don't take care of them properly, you might ruin them. So they're a little bit more high maintenance than your other sneakers. And the last potential con could be that this is still a slim profile shoe. It is more of a flat shoe, and if you're someone that really needs full support, I don't think these are for you. I would definitely go look at the New Balances. The 530s are, I think, the most comfortable shoe that was ever made, but these are still a flat shoe. So keep that in mind if you are considering these, especially if you're used to a lot of the chunky and full support kind of sneakers. Now let me know down in the comments what you think about the Adidas Spezials. Do you own them? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Also, I would love to know which colorways are your favorite. I would say that these two are definitely my favorite for now, but I might honestly add more in the future. If you're considering buying these, you can check my links in the description box. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and leave a big thumbs up on this video. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today, and I would love to see you in the next video. Bye!